Okay, welcome. So it's nice to see some faces I haven't seen for a long time, and some new faces too. So welcome everyone, and welcome people out there. We can start today informally. It seems like a cloudy, easy day, so we don't have to have a structured conversation or talk. Even though I had something in mind when I started, when I put this post out there. So, but then of course it's evolved. So we'll get to it at some point. But we were just talking about value systems and how often do we actually get to examine our what's in the head, and then looking at it, that do I, and then evaluating it, re-examining your own belief systems. Are they still working? Or are they not? Because sometimes you've got stuff stuck when you were 2 years old or 4 years old, or when you were really angry, intense energy stuck there, and you make certain decisions never to do this or to always do that, right? So there's all this guk, I call it. It's not knowledge, it's just sitting at the surface level of the mind, because it turns into a belief system unconsciously, because when you don't examine it, now it comes into our behavior pattern, it filters into the behavior pattern, and very unconsciously we start to express it. So if as a child you were somebody was rude to you and you started to cry, then you may probably still want to do that if somebody's rude, because now you don't know another way, and you've not examined that, oh, I'm mature, I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 40 or 50, I can scream back or strike back or not say a word. I have choices. So when we unconsciously adopt these habits, and all habits, let's just face it, are inherited. We've adopted them from somewhere. So how you react to something is 100% mimicked behavior. Forefathers, culture, teachers, society, friends, guides, whoever. Books have great influence. These days, media, it's very strong, so we're actually impacted by it, and we start to behave in a certain way. So if you just look at your lipstick colors, your clothing, how that works, you'll see the conditioning, right? So it's I think very important from time to time to get into the head and take that time off to get into the head. It can't be while random, while you're sitting with a friend, that, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't work, because you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, and you haven't made space for that. So, and one way to evaluate these things is that you can actually go and see what you're most judgmental about today or these days. What bothers you most? Pick that up. That's a great clue. Because if you can, what are you criticizing? Are you criticizing something in the world? You're criticizing the people, or you're judgmental about something, and then you actually take that as a cue. And it's one way, it's a very significant, and it gets you there very quickly. And then you start to examine that what is this belief inside me that I feel this way. Okay? So, and you can actually, and then you can see, you can get to the belief, but you do need an open mind. A lot of people do seeking and searching with a very closed mind. They think what they know is true. Okay? So everybody thinks. I've never met a person who doesn't think what they know is true. So everybody has their content for truth is different, and often it clashes with somebody else. But everybody calls it the truth, right? So of course we do, because that's how we grow up. That becomes our truth, our belief systems, our reactions, our habits, and then how we see the world becomes another level of how we grasp information and use it. And that sets, was it right, was it wrong, was it good, was it evil, all of that. So when you go in with a set mind, so that means you already have strong beliefs, hardcore beliefs, and you're just going in to validate something, possibly what you know. because then you feel really good. How good it feels when a person says to you, I know exactly how you feel. How validated we feel, right? Versus person says, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I really don't know. It's never happened to me. Or I don't even go there. That's not your friend. That's not your friend, right? So even our friendships are dependent on how much validation we get, encouragement we get, right or wrong, right? That's how it is. Those are just facts of life. So psyche is so interesting. It's so interesting. Okay, because my life I've spent in exploring the psyche. And believe me, so many dimensions and so many rooms, and every room is dark. So you have to carry your own torch. You have to carry your own light. So that means you need to carry your own awareness when you go in, right? And suspend the beliefs and go in just with lights on. I'm just going to look at it. I'm not analyzing. I'm not judging. I'm just going to look at it. So when you go in and you again take this, okay, why do I think the world is messed up? Or why do I think the people are really messed up? And you start to explore that. You'll actually see in that a belief system. It has to be. You cannot think without a belief system. It's not even possible, right? When you look at the belief system, one by one, you can say, okay, I'm this right now. I've had many experiences. This is my age. Is this valid for me? Is this relevant to my life today? Even if it is relevant, is it helping me in my soul journey, life journey, this belief or not? Right? Is it helping me? Should I dump it? Should I delete it? Or should I keep it and build on it? So it doesn't need to be a big task, but it is a task, all right. Because I'll tell you, the psyche is a dark place to get into, like I said. And you do need to go in with a very conscious mind and a deliberate action plan that this is what you're going to do. Because when you get in, you could be swayed from one thought, then all of a sudden you're feeling that, and all of a sudden you're thinking that, and before you know, you're lost. So a lot of philosophers, a lot of people have lost themselves in the psyche and became mad, lost their mind, trying to find their mind or analyze the mind. We've seen that. Many great philosophers, great minds have lost their mind, right? So I suggest, so that's why caution is that you do it when there's time. You do it because you really want to grow consciously. You don't want to just grow, randomly, abstract, wherever, right? So it's a great way to evaluate, re-examine. And a very good time to do this is when you're pushed into a corner. When you're really angry at something, because it's easy to get in at that time. You'll have the motivation to do it. When you're having a good time, what's the point? I'll just go call a friend. I'll go do whatever. You won't do it. But usually pain will drive you. Unless you're a true seeker of the psyche, you're very obsessed by, you're a researcher, or then it may be different for you. Otherwise, people don't go there. They just keep living, building on what they know. Now, what you know is not good enough these days because everybody knows a lot. There's YouTube, there's a lot of information out there. People know a lot, right? They've possibly heard the same videos you have. They've possibly read the same books you have. They've been where you have. But they may have a different take because everybody has a different take. What they get from that is what they need. But like I said, a lot of information we grab is validating what we already know. So it's not building and opening our mind. It's actually you're making your mindset more concrete, more solid, and building bigger, thicker walls. So you've seen these days how many clashes we have. So it's opinions. So these days, we don't have like an economic crisis like that. We don't have a war going in the world, Second World War, Third World War. We have none like that. We have a pretty good life. We're actually quite peaceful. It's not bad right now. But the problem is confusing times right now are identity loss. Who are you? And what do you want to do? Because there's so many choices. Does it make sense, you guys? What do you do? Which one should you pick? So if you pick this one, what if that one was better? So there's regret when you choose something. There's regret of something you didn't choose or couldn't choose. And then there's doubt. Doubt is good. All of this is good. Now this brings me to a lot of just human instincts, call it. So we have a lot of doubt naturally. They're built into our system. They're not negative. We seem to have that for our existence. We need all of that. There's fear, there's confusion, there's greed, greed for power, greed for more, greed for attention, greed, well, it could be anything at all. There's lust, a lot of addictiveness. Look at we don't have to be addicted to drugs. We're addicted to information also. We're addicted to little phone, just whatever's happening on that phone, right? So we're quite addicted also to food. There's a strong addiction to food. There's a strong addiction to sex. Changing relationships. A lot of people are thriving on that, right? So, because we are in a very beautiful time. Times are free. We are free to choose. So, but somewhere, if we don't take care of our psyche first and don't clear that part and don't have a strong soul identity, we can get lost in this web, in this maze very easily. So, am I making sense? Yeah? Okay. So, what is soul identity? Our birth may not just be as abstract or random. We may have a plan when we birth into this world, when we chose the parents, when we chose our sex, or whatever the specifics, the genetic code we'd have, the DNA we would have. There seems to be some story, a plan there. So call it the soul script. Now when we're born into this body of earth, elemental body, that actually is prone to nervousness, anxiety, all the natural things that come with the earth. You know, you have volcano effects, you have oceans, you have movement of the sun, the moon, everything is, your moods are moving, your emotions are, high and low. So this is our physical body also. So now we've got this script. We've chosen this physical body, and which we actually fear because we don't know when it'll go into a loss, when death could come, when a leg could break, so we always have this inner fear of the body, trying to maintain the body. Then on top of it, we have a third level, which is actually the psychological or social conditioning that comes from your environment, your culture, your parents, yeah. So between the fears and the paranoias, which we all have, to deny would be very stupid. If somebody says to you that they don't have any of these, then they are possibly lying. I would say if they're not experiencing it, they are making it work, this energy for them. So somewhere they've integrated this shadow side of them and made something, brought it into transparency and are working with it better. But if you haven't done if you don't know what lies in your subconscious, unconscious, you're unconscious about it, you're going to have troubled times. It's very simple, right? So those who have integrated it are able to move on and sort of, they're not prone to then those disasters because they can manage themselves well. But these conditions still exist. So a sinner could become a saint any given time, and a saint could become a sinner. So you could go We have as human beings the ability to be very evil, very dangerous, and very saintly. And it could happen at a flip of a second. So nobody can say, I will never go there. Because if you're threatened enough, if you're pushed enough, if you're provoked enough, you will get there most of the times, if you have not recognized these also as existing conditions in your psyche. So a lot of people actually deny that this, so they're trying to build up the positive side. So when it comes to spirituality, we do that too. So I find a lot of times spirituality is a great escape for people. It's not like we are real seekers, but it gives us a break from the head, from the mind. All right? So, but spirituality is very, very deep, very profound. We could actually be using it. We don't need to use it as escape. Because when we do it as an escape, we are never going to get there. We may be using the lingo, but we really don't know ABC of that. So if you don't know your mind, if you have not consciously got to know your psyche, I doubt that there could be any movement in the spiritual field. If you're still being troubled by the mind, then you're talking about, you may have the lingo, but you're not there. So, but I think that this jump into spirituality is very possible right now. But it can only be made if we can make friends with our existing conditions of fear and the shadow side and plus the light side. We have to integrate at some level. So confusion comes when also we've got all this information. What am I going to do? Because we have not tuned into the soul voice. There's too many other voices. Most of the voices in our head are, I think I want to do that. The voices, no, you shouldn't. Yes, I must, because I did it and I got away with it. Well, but I don't think you should. This is the dialogue inside. Should I call? Should I not? They didn't respect me. Why should I call? Should I apply for this job? Last time I applied, I didn't get anywhere. And I was so embarrassed, So people actually are they fear humiliation. They fear shame. They don't want to embarrass themselves. So a lot of times they put them on hold and they take very small steps. Their language may be big, but action is very small. Right? So this is where the soul voice comes. When we have actually made some peace with the psyche, a lot of our head is lit up. Our brain power is working. Both hemispheres are working well. We'll today do a nice meditation for that. So when they're working well and there's some sort of integration, at that time, in that silence, intuitively, you will be able to act out the voice, the call of the soul. Sometimes you will hear it. Not always people need to hear it like that. Some actually hear it like a verbal loud voice. That just means that you've tuned into it before. You know exactly how to turn on the dial. You don't dumb down the voice. You've listened to it before, so you can actually. Now, the soul voice is not about a happy life, by the way. It's not about a great life. It's not going to give you indication how to be happy, because whoever is happy will soon be unhappy. They should, because it's all opposites. We are swaying from one end to the other. Some moments nice, some moments not so nice. So pain, pleasure, evil, good, good, bad, opposites always. So soul voice, how do you recognize it? This one thing is that it will actually prompt you. Every action will fill you. You'll feel fulfilled. But if you have these other social voices going, the greed going, and I need that, then you'll actually not listen to the voice of the soul. You will actually listen to the voice of the mind and the conditioning. Because that's way more tempting, because we are already addicted to that. How do we get bigger? How do I make the most? How do I, So I would say one should have plans, big plans, nothing wrong with that. But can you live inside your head and mind in a very simple way? If you can make your mind and your life simple, It's really about that. So if you want that cup of coffee, you make the cup of coffee, you have it, you clean the cup possibly, you put it back, and you don't go into greed and eat 10 things with it. Try and make it simple. Try and live with, especially consuming as little as you can manage, because of course you'll have more energy. And then try to save yourselves from temptations, addictiveness that is being thrown at us. We're being tempted all the time. So very, very simple things you can start doing. And soon the voice starts to come up louder. So, and it'll push you into action. It's not just going to give you a suggestion. It's not a guide sitting there having a dialogue with you. The soul doesn't dialogue. It'll prompt you into action. So if, for instance, your body needs a lot of water, a lot of fluid, you will actually be getting up, just jumping up many times and going to the tap and getting your water. It's action. It always comes through action. It gives you the energy, the inspiration, but it's an energetic response in you rather than just some story. And you'll actually do it. And that is how the soul would speak. Most of the time, now there could be X factors everywhere. It should be energetic response that takes you into some action, because from that action will come another action and another action, and intuition keeps building up and it gets bigger and better. And then you start to see the signs that the soul is pushing you in a whole simple way, to live in a simple way, but still a big life, beautiful life, big life, but simple. And 2018 is for that, because everybody has everything here on the planet. It doesn't matter which part of the world. A lot of parts of the world are quite wealthy and privileged, and people have. So it's no longer that your Mercedes is going to be noticed. It's no longer that your brand names will be noticed, especially all over the world, because they have the same thing, what you're wearing, but a phony brand, which is $10. So nobody will know what is real. So wearing a brand, I don't know how far you want to spend that money, because really, in India, you see it a lot. A lot of your work force is wearing the same brand and the same purses. What is this, that checkered Louis Vuitton? The maids all have Louis Vuitton bags. So, yeah, and so if you carry your real one, I don't know, it's not going to be noticed in India anyways, because people actually the maids are wearing all of their stuff. So because China is very busy right now. So anyways, coming back to it, I thought I wanted to share that, because it is so important in these times to get to our soul identity, so we can unlock the intuition that only guides us from the soul. So it's not giving you 10 options. See, when it makes you act, there's only one action. It's not giving you choices. It will never give you a choice, the soul. Ever. It's not possible, because you already have a script. It's telling you, let's act on it. The script is yours. Soul is not somebody talking, some God talking out of the heavens. It's you, your own voice that you've forgotten. It's your own script, a story that you don't remember now, right? So everybody has a reason for incarnation, to be incarnated. And when we come into the body and start to live with the soul, act out the soul voice, that becomes like a fully incarnated body. So that's like the Buddha, that's like Christ, and many other sages, and many people in the world are doing it right now. Many, many, many are doing it. And so can you. It's not a science, it's not rocket science, and it does not take long. You just have to recognize you got to stop flirting with different ideas and just addictiveness. And soon you will actually come home and you'll be breathing from the body, because that's where the action is, right? Energetically, you are full and complete, and you can live a fully incarnated life, not a disembodied life, because head is somewhere, thoughts are somewhere, ideas are somewhere. I don't know what the hell I am. I still am looking for that, like. So I find it very interesting. I don't know about you guys. I have a lot of passion in this field, and I'm a true explorer where I don't stop exploring. So, and I keep sharing that. And I really, really have a lot of love. Um, and I hate suffering. Even though I think suffering has a very good role at times, people need to get there to come out on the other side. But anyways, if I can help, so I try and share everything that I have experienced and put into use, experimented with. So, should we go into a deeper meditation now? Okay. So today's meditation, we'll do a different one today. Okay. You will follow me. Do not get hijacked. I have many people who come in here. They take all the time in the world to come here, but then they come here and do their own thing. Well, that would not be your purpose today. You don't want to come here and do your own thing. That you can be doing outside, right? So I don't care what silence you went into. You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay, and you're going to remain focused, and you're going to watch your psyche. And so you have full embodied, soul embodied experience today. Okay, so it's natural though, because we're in the habit of thoughts coming and going, and it's natural to sway. Every time I feel you're swaying, I'll use the word eyes. When I say eyes, you will be back into the body. Okay? Make sense? Okay, I'm not too harsh. Okay, so sit with feet on the ground. Great. Put a nice smile on your face. Great. 3 nice deep breaths. So head to toe. Yeah, just yawn. Stretch out once, and then do not sleep after the stretch. Great, you can actually stretch out just. No snoring, Linda.
Okay, I'll try not.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Lovely. So nice smile. Spine should be straight as long as you can hold it there. But the body relaxed, neck is relaxed, eyes are relaxed. It's a beautiful experience. You all have come with a purpose here, and we are going to fulfill that purpose. Whatever it takes, we will fulfill that purpose. You're going to have a spiritual experience of your own soul and the soul frequency. I'll guide you through the process. Just stay with my words as much as you can. And let us start this time by doing 3 rounds of Om. So let us put our energy together. So if it's a bit scattered here and there, let us bring it back. So please do it loud and do it clear. So throat up, chin up a little bit so you can use the voice well. Now listen to the sound of your voice and try and experience where this energy of Om is coming from within your body. So nice deep breath. in the body, in the body. Focus on sounds coming from outside the body. So I want you to listen to any sound that's coming from outside. It could be the room, it could be the house or the street. And move your attention from sound to sound without trying to understand or analyze. Just focus on the sound outside. Great. Bring your attention inside the body, and I want you to listen to any sounds coming from inside the body. Heartbeat, pulse, any other sound. So again, move attention from sound to sound, no analyzing, no understanding. At this time, I invite the highest of the highest, the holiest of them, all sages, prophets, enlightened masters to be present so each and every person here is able to experience their true self today, their divinity today. Great. Let us visualize beautiful, vibrant rainbow light on top of the crown. We're starting the Dharan Kriya now. Vibrant, healing, rainbow light on top of the crown. It enters the left side of the head, left side of the brain. And as it goes into the brain, it feels cool, almost like a liquid healing light, filling up every cell in the left brain region. So experience this, feel this light. Visualize this light now entering the right brain, filling up each and every cell in the right brain. with your mind's eye, just gently make sure that both sides of the brain are equally balanced. So light and weight is the same. Visualize the light going down the back of the head, into the neck, into the throat, and entering the left shoulder and then the right shoulder. So both shoulders will be filled with this healing light. Shoulders may drop, you may feel heavy. It's all okay. Light and weight is the same in both the shoulders. If it's not, just make it so with your mind. Light going down now. Back of the body, front of the body, down into the hips. Left hip, right hip, both hips to be filled with healing light. Hips will feel heavy, sinking into the sofa or the ground. Again, make sure both hips are equally balanced, aligned. Hips to shoulders, shoulders to head. Full alignment. Light goes down through the legs, thighs, legs into the feet, left foot, right foot, deep into the earth, anchoring you, rooting you. Your feet may be pulsating or you may feel energy. It's all okay. Light moving down the shoulders, in the arms, in the palms, in all the fingers. You can have your palms facing up on your thighs so you can feel more energy. Now, imagine your entire body glittering and glowing with rainbow light. Just like lights on a Christmas tree. In this moment, we put the intention. You can do it also silently. I want to live the highest purpose possible. I want to experience the most fulfilling life. Let all humanity, the earth, divine consciousness, guide my path now. We will repeat the sound of Ma, which is M-A, 3 times. This sound will connect us very deep magnify our energy, our aura will get absolutely lit with this rainbow light, and light will be projected from our aura to the outside world. So 3 times, loud and clear, with nice deep breath each time, we will repeat the sound of Ma. One more time. Great. Into the silence, into the body. Hold your focus on the heart. Do not move attention from the heart. Rhythmic breathing, equal inhale and exhale. Slowly slow down the breath. Breath will become rhythmic, buttery, smooth. So just take your time. Gentle breathing into the heart. Don't watch the heart. Breathe into the heart. Eyes. Rhythmic breath. your highest purpose is to remain in the body. Eyes. Now, let your soul deliver a color to you. Any color you can imagine is okay. Feel this color coming down, this vibration of that color coming into your body, head to toe. Next 3 minutes, I want you to go wherever your soul wants to take you, wherever. You may not go anywhere, just sit with the color. If you cannot see a color, just stay still. But if the soul wants to take you, to show you or for you to experience something, let it do so in the next 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, take a deep breath, come back, and at this time, come back to the rainbow colors. And I want you to send this rainbow color to the children of the world first. So no matter where they are, those who may be suffering, those who are alone, those who have not been fed, are not protected, let this healing light protect them. Let there be no child without a smile. Send this light to all humanity. Let people be aware, enlightened, awake, alert, conscious. Let them choose conscious living. Send this light to sea life, plant life, animal life, the entire planet. Let this planet be healthy, harmonious, and balanced. Let us again gather the energy and magnify it, this time inside. Now remember, all this light you sent out is coming back to you. The universe is sending you with thanks the same light back. So feel this energy, rainbow light inside you, 3 rounds of Ma. Ma. Start again. Ma. Really bring it back in every muscle, every cell. Ma. Rub your hands and touch yourself head to toe. Blessing yourself, bringing yourself back, rooting yourself. This is your greatest protection, to be yourself so you never lose who you are. I'm going to ask for one more thing now. I want your soul now, it'll come as an energetic response in each of you, to act out something, to get up and move or do something. It could just be standing up, it could just be moving in some way. Don't think about it. Listen to the soul and just move. Even if she has to go to the washroom, that's a good one. Okay, whatever, just so get up, and so you can feel it energetically. Listen, feel the energy and move as it is telling you to move. Don't look at other people, close your eyes if you need to, if it's telling you to open the eyes. So do something, action, so you get to feel it. Any action at all, follow that.
Excuse me.
Yeah, great, absolutely. Do what you want, absolutely. So please do that.
Okay, gotta take off my clothes
Yeah,
now.
perfect. Yeah. Just do it. Don't let it slip. Yeah. Whatever action, you'll see the difference in your body right away. And don't be shy. Close your eyes. You'll do it much better. Because otherwise, no taking off clothes.
Oh.
Next time. That's another class. Okay, just really nice. Stretch out. Great. It has to be an energetic response, remember.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you can sit again. We can actually...
want to.
Yeah, don't sit. Okay. So we have a few minutes. I would just like to share, especially with the newcomers, as to what your experience was. How do you feel now? Energized. Emotional. Okay. What is one thing you will take from here that I said that you're going to take home that was important to you? Your heart said yes to today.
I'm not sure if I can pinpoint just one thing. I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
Okay. Well, we can see that you're touched. And you were like a goddess when you were meditating. Like I, of course, opened my eyes to give healing and scan. And I think it was a very peaceful place that you may not have experienced for a long time. So I think you're experiencing some homecoming. I really inspire you to come back, because there's so much there. And if we just shed a little bit, you can experience yourself a lot more. It's very beautiful. It's okay, let the tears flow. They're from the heart, from the soul. So just let them flow. Don't even stop these tears, because they open your heart. Yeah. How about you?
Feeling acceptance.
Acceptance, self. How beautiful. One word or one thought that was important to you today. Release. Great, yeah. You know, when you accept yourself, and I want you to accept everything about you, everything you've hidden from people, everything you're masking because you don't want people to see, because you don't feel that you can reveal it yet. I want you to just see it. Just see it. That is acceptance. Don't analyze it. because those moments are also fresh, and let that exist because it's part of your soul, it's part of your story. You don't want to abort that. Let it stay, let it rest in respect. So everything at all, honor that. And once you do that, you'll see. And keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yeah. Great. This is very profound. When we can get to this. Have you had experience of meditation like this before? No. Yeah. Yeah. I went a lot deeper today. This was channeled Kriya, Dharan Kriya. It's on YouTube, and it's a blessing to me, and it will be a blessing to you. It's on YouTube. You can go in and do it yourself too. Yeah. Even this will remain on the Facebook, so you can just follow. Yeah. One thing for you.
The word? One word I have to describe with?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
Just something you'll take back today.
Was interesting. I was inside of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
My leg became like a root.
The roots, yeah. Okay,
and,
great.
My body became that inside of that kind of hollowness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was, oh wow, where it is taking me? And then I could feel the water
Mm-hmm.
from the roots, and just kind of coming up from my
Yeah,
leg.
yeah.
And yeah.
That's rooting. That's a strong, that's great. That's great. Tree of wisdom and tree of your wisdom of your own soul, not just a tree out there. It's your tree. And you are the roots, and you can experience the elements. And this is where wisdom comes from. Yeah. So, okay. And I think it's your first time. What about you?
It felt so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
This feels really
Ease.
calm and ease.
Yes. One thought that you would take back today.
Keep things simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So this is on, like I said, on Facebook now. It'll be there. You can follow that. If you want to make notes for yourself, sometimes it's great because you may hear something that's relevant to you today. And you can just do that one thing. It's a very, very strong time these next few days because we have the longest eclipse of the century. And it lasts for about 2 hours. We may not be able to see it in the western part of the world, but eastern, yeah. But we know the time, so we can cash in. And, pardon?
What is the time?
So it's 27th July. It's like
I think
eastern.
it's 2 p.m. our time.
Yeah. So about, just Google it. Or
Like
we
1
can.
or 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you.
So then it'll be our afternoon. It'll be our afternoon, right? Yeah. So it's easy. So meditate.
Yeah,
Now,
it's 1 p.m.
1
Sorry,
p.m.
Ruby.
Okay, that's great.
It's 1 p.m.
Karen.
and then the full moon actually happens at 2:20.
So
That's our time.
Oh my
like
gosh.
Calgary time.
So that'll be our afternoon, Karen, right? Okay, great. So that'll be our Saturday afternoon.
No.
Friday.
This is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can manage, I'm going to give you this beautiful secret that I was given by one of the sages. And he had given me a mantra a long time back, many, many years ago. And he said that when you do this mantra, he said, but I'm not suggesting you do a mantra. You can just breathe and do your intention. That's a mantra in itself. If you have something, that's fine. Now, if you meditate at this time with deliberate intention, the quality or that it's magnified to thousands and thousands and thousands time. Like all year you could do your practices, but this 1 hour will bring results to you what 1 year would. So I started to then follow this.
You're off work by then, aren't you?
So wherever you are, write down your intention, what you want from this. And then even if you're working that time, You just set the intention and wear something, so your thought is with it. Okay. And any given time, you have a few minutes, go to the heart, breathe softly and very slowly from the heart. So not like that. Just slow down the breath, the slowest point you can come to. And there's no gap between inhale, exhale. And then you've already got the thought, and that will click, because that will just spread the energy, magnify it, because the heart will do it. But it has to be very slow, rhythmic breathing into the heart, focus into the heart. It holds, it can access the maximum magnetic field, electromagnetic field, the heart. So let us do it all tomorrow. I think it. Yeah, so between 1 to 2:30.
So 1 to 2, and then the
Yeah.
full moon is at 2:20.
And keep your intentions, because it's very important for you to have intentions. You can keep small intentions, and then when the biggest intention is whatever I do, let it be of my soul. Whatever that is. If that is making millions, so be it. Then you should be making those millions. And if it is to actually, whichever way you want to, let it be of your soul, not of anybody else's soul. So we will close with that today. And you're most welcome to come. I think next Thursday I'm here, but the Thursday after, I may be in Nanaimo, but I'll still do it on Facebook. So you can follow me, but next week I'm here, so we can build up on this. Okay? Thank you for coming, and namaste. And thank you, people, for joining us. If you have found some wisdom, some healing, do share this with your friends. We can change the world one thought at a time.